I watched his grin dissolve before the gavel ever dropped. The courtroom was silent, except for the soft clack of his girlfriend's heels, cheap, nervous little things, echoing behind him as they entered like royalty. He had that swagger again. That same smirk he wore the night he packed his bags without warning, the night he thought leaving me would break me. But I didn't break. I bought the building. So when the judge turned to me with that dry smile and said, "Ma'am, as owner of this courthouse, how would you like to proceed?" I didn't answer right away. I looked at him, really looked. His posture straightened, the smile faltered. I handed the broom to the bailiff, then walked it over to him myself. I placed it in his hands, looked him in the eye. "Your new job starts today," I said. "Sweep the floors you walked out on." And I got ready to speak. He didn't know who took his place yet, but he was about to. We met in a thunderstorm. Cliché, I know, but some storms don't bring rain. Some bring ruin. He was charming, ambitious, said all the right things like they were written for me. I was building something real, a business, a life. He was selling dreams, and I was tired of holding up reality by myself. So I let him in. He made me laugh, made me soft. I built the foundation, and he laid himself on it like he was a king, and I should be grateful he'd chosen my castle to rest in. But kings don't sneak out in the night. The signs weren't loud. That's how betrayal works. He started coming home late, claimed he was networking, smelled like women's perfume that didn't match mine. Then the texts came. I wasn't snooping. His phone lit up on the counter while I was cooking. Her name was saved as Mike. The message said, "Can't wait to see you again. Last night was heaven." I didn't cry, not yet. I just turned down the stove, looked at the wall in front of me, and made a choice. I didn't confront him. I curated the stage. I made sure the prenup he'd rushed through without reading was airtight. He wanted fast, I wanted silence. That document gave me everything: the company, the house, the lake property. He'd called it boring, I called it leverage. I started shifting assets, quietly, legally. Met with lawyers behind closed doors in buildings he didn't know I owned. He thought he was playing chess. I was playing architecture, building the walls that would close in on him. I restructured the business, put it under a new holding company. My name on everything. His? Removed. Quietly, efficiently. Then I waited. He served me divorce papers first. Of course he did. He thought it'd give him control. He even attached a post-it note that said, "You'll land on your feet, you always do." I smiled. That was the last power move he'd ever make. He didn't know the court he filed in? Mine. Bought through shell corporations 6 months ago. He'd picked my battlefield. He didn't know his fancy new car? Leased through the business. My business. He didn't know his mistress? Was already jobless. I'd found her name in his contacts, traced her LinkedIn, and had her department eliminated during a strategic downsizing. He wanted a clean exit. I gave him a public reckoning. So there we were in the courtroom. He held the broom like it was foreign. The judge looked at me, confused, but cooperative. Power is a strange thing. Quiet until it isn't. "Ma'am?" he asked again. I stepped forward. As the owner of this facility and majority stakeholder of Redacted Holdings, I'm exercising my right to assign community service to the petitioner, effective immediately. "Community service?" he croaked. "You filed the wrong box," I said. "Petty vandalism. You signed your name. You took my car, keyed it, and thought security cameras didn't exist in the garage you used to own." He looked at his girlfriend. She stepped back like the floor was shifting. I figured, why press charges, I said, smiling. This way, you can clean up after your own mess. But that wasn't the twist. That came when I turned to leave. Paused at the door, looked back. "You asked me once," I said, "who would ever want someone like me if you left?" He swallowed. "My new partner runs the tech firm that just acquired your startup." I leaned in. "Your code belongs to me now." He blinked, stumbled back into the bench like the air had been sucked from the room. His girlfriend muttered something, walked out, left him holding a broom and a broken expression. I didn't watch him sweep. I had meetings to attend, properties to sign off on, a life that no longer needed his name anywhere near it. But as I passed the front doors, I caught my reflection, calm, unmoved. He thought walking away was the end of the story. He didn't realize I write the endings now. And he found out who took his place. Me.